going to sing this at my trial too.
Council of the labourers that harried in the House of Lords and Liars stole all of the credit, and the blame was sacked and set the banks on fire. Miami's marched by day to Greece, the only way the king could pay his dues to Rome for aid, like Alexander the Great in a Man United State Kentucky frying bait, stealing Zeus's thunder while he ate. I turned another page in the story of my rage. The sun beamed down from heaven in a cage and struck him from afar. The heavy metal morning star jamming in the poor red devil's bar. The 12 green bottles sitting on the Hague. So they flew in from the east, red arrows burning their deceased, throwing China from the table, blacking out the sky with cable, cutting off the oil slick with a right-wing party trick, lighting up the general's banquet, colonel's poultry trunk, tapping out my coded moss from an ancient Trojan horse with the Mary Queen of France who was hacking at the branch. The sound of music blaring out in Scotland's Yard, where the sisters dressed in black opened up a vat of sour wine for the rangers that were sweeping round the back. The laughter on the track where the monkeys sprung their trap, drinking in a secret hidden lair, an oasis in the sand for the captain's marching band, toasting in the middle of nowhere, printing out the words for the high-flying birds as General Dread sets in the day. So they charged me for the peace, posted in the Middle East with the mail on Sunday people, a Sahara Desert eagle, firing all the crooked shots in the postman's letterbox at the CO who I racked and whose regiment I jacked for the boys that made the news, who forgot to pay their dues, and the girls that crushed the ants with a dozen first-class stamps. The breath of fresh air servicemen that rushed out of the cold bent copper pipes blew away the plainclothes lines that washed up for a hot tap water fight. The gunners live on 5 that the frogmen told to dive, swimming for their channel-hopping lives, gassed the Irish rover and ran poor England over, from Calais to hit Beaver just in time to stop them nuking Wales when One Direction fails. A rocket in the charts at number 10. The Smiths came out to play for a Cardiff City day. The escapades of 40 billion yen. The Arsenal hit the key from the ministers for me. 20,000 Premier Leagues under the sea. So So we dug into the land, building castles made of sand, spending all the pharaoh's gold on the tower blocks they sold to the church for the stonemasons through a crack in the foundations where the captain hit the wall with a Spanish cannonball, firing all the royal paint at the Laughing Stock Exchange where the private company boarders rolled up their marching orders and smoked the rising tide, then stormed up the beach to orders. Scores of brown bread soldiers that were toasted by the spoiled rotten egg whites came running through the looking glass with an oyster fork and a subtle Bowie knife. The walrus with the spyglass on his beady eye, praying for the camera lens to dry, took them by surprise, the cowboys in disguise, while they waited for the morning sun to rise. The spectacles they wound as they marched around the town, picturing the clowns that came to cut me down, who hanged the Bill of Rights at the Northern Crown of Lights, for the judge who turned our singing voices down. The carpenter came out with things to shout about, the breath of God that drowned out all the sound, a sermon on the mount that banked on John's account, being ripped off by the man without a doubt, came to catch your eye like the checkbook of Eli, losing pounds and pounds cause they worked out on the sly.
Who started it? Yes, you did. You invaded Poland.